Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to do a quick video on Thomas Built Buses models, and we're starting out, and I'm going to show you this little snow globe I got here. You can see a little HDX and a tiny C2 in there. Let's see, a little stop sign. There's the C2 and there's a school that they're both in front of. So you can see, yeah. And this was for the 95th anniversary back in 2011. So I've got a few models to show you today. So we're going to go ahead and start off the video with transits. So the first model I want to show you is this Windup Thomas ER, which is not officially licensed or anything, but you can clearly tell that this is a Thomas ER. So it's got the stop sign in the back, California spec, and you know, very simple. You know, these are like those $5 models that you could find like in the store or on eBay or whatever, or in gift shops and stuff like that. And this one I always liked because it gave a little bit of variety to the fleet of that size that I had. And it wasn't just a bunch of conventionals. I had this one transit. Those of you who have been around since the beginning of my channel have seen this bus. It was in at least, yeah, I've had it since my channel was a thing, so it's been in a few videos I've done. The second one is one I got after that, and I gave it a custom white roof with spray paint. So yeah, but that is the wind-up version, which you can see winds up and goes. So that is the, I don't know what company makes these, but this is like a kind of cheaper version of a Thomas ER model. The next model we're going to look at is the officially licensed Thomas ERs. So this is the white roof version, and as you can see, I've got school bus heritage on it and a number, and it's got a Thomas Built Buses logo up there, and mirrors that are molded onto the body. And yeah, it's a pretty nice model, heavy model, and I've got stop state law on there and stuff like that. There was also the yellow roof version, which I happen to have here. And as you can see, it's a yellow roof version, and this one I've got blank because I wanted to keep it in mint condition. It actually did come with its box, and in case you wanted to see what the box looked like, here's what the image on the box is. There's a California spec Thomas ER, or a West Coaster, and then there's the logo and what the box pretty much says. So yeah, this is the yellow roof, and if you notice, the Thomas Built Buses logo is only on one side of the bus on this model, whereas the white roof model has it on both sides of the bus. Moving on from that, we have the a little bit newer ER. I guess it's really an HD, whatever. So this is the, I want to say, second gen ER because that's what the base says. But certain individuals feel that Thomas is wrong about their own bus, so we'll just call it an HD to make everybody happy. So basically, this is like an early 2000s HDX. You can see that the lights are thicker than the latest HDX model, and we got a white or yellow roof, excuse me, and we have the older ER rear end. As you can see, there they are together. We got the older style windows. I don't know if you can really tell from the black paint or not, but the older style windows, you just have the black package around the window frames and stuff like that. But other than that, this model is pretty much the same as the ER. It's just it got a new front end, and yeah. So the model you have after this is the HDX. Now, there was a white roof, yellow wheeled version of this model, which I don't have, or else I would show you. But basically, it just had yellow wheels and a white roof. So now we have the HDX model, which has really not changed. You can see we got the black window frames. The rear end design has changed quite a lot since the HD. You can see they went to the square lights versus the round lights. And then the window also changed to one big window and no small side windows. And then you have some venting on the door and stuff like that. What's also changed on the model, at least, you can see the driver window has changed from this to that. So yeah, and you also have the absence of the set of lines or smaller rails between the second and third rub rail here. And just other small things, like, for example, the front end, the lights on the HDX are a lot smaller than they are on the HD. That's not really something that carried over on the real bus. That's more of a Thomas trying to save money on producing these models kind of thing. And yeah. So now we're going to take a look at conventionals. So to start off with conventionals, we have two internationals. This is the S-Series conventional model, which I've had all of these models in previous videos. But in case you haven't seen it, the hood comes off to reveal an engine. And this model is from 1988. It's got a stop sign that's not supposed to move. And this one is actually also a bank. And that door opens and stuff like that. So this is modeled after a Thomas S-Series. Now the box shows a Carpenter S-Series, and I will agree that the front end of this does kind of look like a Carpenter, but when you turn it to the side, the roof cap and the windows and even the rear end look like a Thomas. So moving to the 3000 series, which would be the 3800, which was also produced in 1988, the model was. You have this board-like curving of the windshield. In the body, like the roof cap, I want to say also looks like a Carpenter. If you look at it a certain way, but you know, again, with the roof hump and the windows, especially this really long window on the end, and the way that the rear end of this bus looks, you know, to me, that's Thomas. And there's even branded boxes of this model with a picture of the Thomas 3800 on it. So those are the two international conventionals. We have here the FS65 Conventional, which there are two different companies that have made these models. The first one is Real Toy, in which the Real Toy one usually comes with a gray grill, but I went ahead and painted that one black some time ago. And then it also comes with one stop sign, but I gave this one a second stop sign. As you can see on the back there, it's got a second stop sign. So, you know, pretty much the way this bus looks is how the model comes. No black on the warning lights. It says like stop when red lights flash or something like that, as most default buses do. It's just a default print that I think manufacturers just go with because, you know, it's what makes sense, you know, stop when red lights flash. So yeah, the only thing that opens on this besides the first stop sign or the stop signs would be the front doors. On the Siku version, the hood would open, but obviously this is not the Siku version, and we have the opening stop sign. If we go to the Siku version, which, interesting thing about this, there are actually 3 different sizes in the Siku lineup for this bus. I do not have the 3rd and smallest size, which is pretty much a shorter version of this. But this is the 1:55 scale Thomas Freightliner that they make, and the hood opens up, which you don't get many school bus models with opening hoods and like actual detail in the engine. I don't know if you can see that with the light or not, but you know, an actual engine detail and, you know, an opening hood that correctly opens. I know there's a cheap model that has the hood opening up like this, like a car, but obviously on a bigger school bus, that's not how that would open. And then you have the passenger side entrance door that opens, and then on the back, which again, stop and red lights flash is what it would normally say. On the back, you have the emergency exit door that opens, and then the stop arm on the driver's side. So this is actually a really nice model. I have like 3 of them. It's not necessarily my favorite bus. Like I would have preferred like having a 1st gen with this kind of quality of detail, or like some kind of Bluebird or something else. But honestly, the FS65 is okay. I'm glad that there is a model that has that kind of detail. Overall, it's one of my favorite models because of the detail, and they did it really well. The smaller version does not have opening doors. In fact, the door piece is actually one solid piece of metal, like there's no window insert. And along the sides, you can see they actually didn't do window posts. They just, you know, like painted them on, which honestly, if you look at it from the side, it looks really crappy. The tires are rubber, just like on the bigger one. Well, actually, I think these tires might be... Nope, they're rubber. They just didn't give it dualies. The up front has no warning lights. So, you know, sometimes I've seen people give it warning lights. I decided not to. The hood does not open, and this bus normally does not come with a stop sign, but I had an extra stop sign from a Herpa Bluebird, so I decided to glue that on there. And again, no posts, just painted on posts. And on the back, we have the rear door. The bottom glass is just filled in metal, so they can save money with plastic. And yeah, so those are the Freightliner Conventionals. Now, next we're going to take a look at the C2. There are actually 2 different variations. Well, if you want to get technical, there are 3, because there's a body variation, and then there's also a grille variation as well. So this is the newer version that has the gray grille and this little turn signal, and the opening on the hood are also gray. On the older versions, those would have been black, I believe. I could be wrong on these being black. Honestly, it may have just been the grille. But you've got an opening stop sign, and just like with the HDXs and the ERs, no, you know, windows. It's just a molded bus out of metal, and it's actually got some weight to it. There's only been a white roof version, and this bus comes blank, just like the HDXs and the ERs do. You can see, you know, you got the Thomas Built Buses logo. I do not have the older version where the body is straight up and down, but this is more of a newer body to where it's angled on the sides. And you can definitely tell, you know, if you look at it, compared to one of the older ones, I mean, you can see the angling, especially on the windows. If you look, you can see it. But other than that, the C2 models are pretty much the same, just a little difference. Oh, I also have this stress bus, which is on Thomas's website. You can see, obviously, Thomas Built Buses. So, you know, that's a really cool little thing, but I thought I would include that too. So, anyways, that is my Thomas Built Buses collection of models. I do have, like, some emblems and stuff, but I did not have them on hand to show. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. What was your favorite model of what I've shown? And if there's something you would like to see done, like, say, Bluebird models, or I'm working on an IC Amtran Ward video. I'm trying to think what else. Or if you just want to see, like, a review of Hot Wheels, Matchbox, whatever, just comment down below and I will do it. So, thanks for watching. Bye.